The band was formed about 2.5 years ago, and we just wrote around in garages and lounges like people do on the dole, surviving on the dole for a year, and then we got signed up about 18 months ago. So it was just, the band was built on having so much free time and being in such a sort of empty environment, really, you know. We just had to do something, or you just go, your mind goes numb. We were signed and then we were left for another 6 months to develop, and that was really important, you know. A lot of bands get signed and they have a single out the next week and stuff like that. We needed time to develop, time to get our heads around actually having a record contract, because it was a really big thing, you know, and we needed time to savour that and use that as an influence on the music. The thing about starting recording at such an early age is that you're learning in front of the public, and you're learning on vinyl, and you know, it's not an easy thing to do, but I mean, it's so enjoyable. I mean, I'd never refuse getting signed up if it happened again, but then again I have to learn in front of all these people criticising, some people giving us good words, but at an early age we've learned to ignore what the press say and get on with it. I think it's like indicative of the times when, if someone goes a little wild on stage and puts on a bit of a performance, he's like mad in brackets, you know. It just shows how banal and boring the rest of the bands are. If someone puts a performance on, they're immediately mad. I've like stopped for a second when we've been playing live and looked out at the crowd, and people aren't. It's not an aesthetic looks thing. It's a feeling. It's a feeling of the music that takes them away, not because someone's got a big pair of lips. It's hideously boring. Might as well go and see old Mick Jagger and his Zimmer frame, you know. If you want to see a big pair of lips, go and watch the Rolling Stones. If you want to see good music, you know, come and watch us. What we've put out on the record on vinyl is nowhere near what we do on the live thing, basically because we haven't found the right producer yet. And once we do, I'm sure we're going to be releasing some of the best records that have been released for a long time. We're definitely going to be playing in Europe, because that's half the reason why I'm in the band, is for travel and to see other places. When you've like lived on a diet of packaged toast to Mallorca and Portugal, you know, I think you need to see some other sides. So we'll be out there next year, doing the business in Europe. This whole first few years is just us trying to get people to fall in love with the music and the band in general, you know. It takes time to go out and play gigs and talk to people and get them to buy the record, and it's all a process. It's a process of time and people trusting you, knowing that you're a good band, because so many times you can pay your money and see something that's mediocre. But when you see our band, you're going to see something special. I think once you know your own limitations, then you're almost dead, really, musically. There should be no limitations. You should just dream. Think you're 1,000 times better than you are, and maybe one day you're going to get there, you know? I didn't start this to be an indie band and sell a few thousand records. I sold this to be a superstar. Not a no one. Not a nobody. There's no point doing things by halves. But I want to do it in style as well. I want all our work to have some worth. And that's the hard thing. How do you break to the masses and still keep a bit of, keep your integrity? We don't have any middle ground opinions on us. We either have people who love us or people who absolutely loathe us.